What up guys, it is Justice here and welcome to a new video and welcome back to Runescape. This one's going to be covering off Telos, the new solo boss that reached the game on the 27th of June. Just going to go through a few thoughts, a few little topics, and within this video is going to be, there's going to be a few opinions and my first impressions of this boss fight because I'm not commentated a bit on it yet. So yeah, first off we are going to look at the Enrage system. Now, I describe this as a frustratingly beautiful system, and I'll go into why. The Enraged tier determines your rare drop chance, so when you reach the next checkpoint, your chances of an anima weapon piece or an orb or a pet will get higher. And from what I know, at the moment, the standard pet drop rate is about 1 in 700, so it's fairly common. I think it's the most common item that you can get from this boss, which is interesting, because a lot of prehistoric bosses, a lot of historic bosses, sorry, within the game, the pets are usually the rarest. So that is interesting. I'm unsure of the other drops as of yet though. The day one stats can be found in the description and they are extremely rare, the weapon pieces. But remember, most of these kills were at lower enrages, and those who are unlocking the Warden title at 500% enrage seem to be getting rare drops at a good rate, but they're still using up hundreds of millions of supplies in the process to get to that point and be at that standard. The Enrage system, though, let's go back to the frustratingly beautiful part. You do get a real sense of achievement when you reach the next tier, but the frustrating part is that a kill streak or a chain of 2 kills is required to increase the Enrage, and the amount it will be increased is based on luck when rolling at the end of each successful kill. Chaining kills equals a higher value of standard loot, so that's where you get your increase of standard loot if you rack those kills up and get kill streaks. Jax mentioned as you go to higher enrages there will be new mechanics unlocked, and so far we know these are at 50%. There will be bleeds or viruses unlocked, and you'll have to go into the beams to remove these off you. 100% phase 5 is unlocked, and it's also a trimmed completionist requirement. 150% Telos can free himself from binds, which is really interesting. So yes, he's stunnable, but he can free himself at times. The 500%, the Warden title is unlocked. Life points is capped at 600k at some point throughout the Enrage. Not sure on what specifically that Enrage is though. I seem to be getting close to it though. It's about 160 to 200% Enrage, I think. And of course, as the Enrage gets higher, Telos will deal more damage against you. I'd also like to look at a melee versus a magic setup here at this boss fight, which seems to be an ongoing debate and discussion amongst the community. Melee seems to be very DPS heavy with a Noxious Scythe, and you need very solid rotations. Some are using the Status Warhammer for this too, but that's just incredibly expensive. Magic is very tank heavy, and it's my personal preference due to this boss being very focused on mechanics, the environment, and counting attacks. And it is nice to have a rebounder and a defender, as some phases he can start to hit a lot. Phase 5 as well, when using defensives and DPSing simultaneously, a defender can be very nice. It's good to use whilst using revenge against the minions, and for those with Acto Primeval gear, the extra shield deeps is nice to have. You could argue that it's very aura dependent. Magic, I'd say accuracy, damage, aura priority, then penance or vampirism. Melee, it's then brawler or vampirism. And yeah, I'll cover off phase 5 in another video. I just like to address the most frustrating phase within the fight, which from the general consensus from stream viewers, this seems to get on everyone's nerves, including my own, and this is phase 3. Silly mistakes can provoke rage quitting here, especially when on checkpoint kills, but most of all the anti-walk mechanic is what provokes rage quitting the most for me. First off, what is phase 3 and how do you counter it effectively? Well, phase 3, you've got minions that spawn, and they make Telos go to the right side. They make the bar go to the right by feeding Telos orbs of some kind. And if Telos is in the beam, in the red beam, that also makes the bar go right. And it's all about balancing this bar in that phase. If you stand in the beam yourself as a player, it makes the bar go left, and it's all about countering that. If the green slider does go into the red area on the left, the player will lose adren, but this isn't a huge impact on you throughout that fight. It's not like constantly losing adren. It's quite slow. If it goes to the right red area, Telos will become a walking nuke. He will literally just nuke you. This seems to be the common phrase which is going around the community because of it just feels like you're getting nuked. Like you just get one banged, multiple hits. I've also heard well, as the enrage increases, that nuke will of course deal more damage as well. At the moment, it's dealing me around 5Ks each time it goes off. At the higher enrages, it's 6 to 9Ks. I mean, that will one bang you if you're not careful, and it's all about balancing that, and that can really make or break you when you're killing Telos. But now let's talk about the anti-walk mechanic. I'd like to see this changed. I strongly dislike the fact that the boss seems to have priority over you, as in it will move you more so than you can move him. So it'll push you out of your position or square rather than stepping back himself. This can especially mess you up in phase 3, where you definitely don't want Telos to go into the red beam, otherwise the bar will quickly become unbalanced and you'll get specced. At the moment, it seems you just need to be patient and don't attack while Telos moves around you, in situations where he's within MD. But just a thought, I wonder if you spam click the square that you're on and cast an ability, whether it will keep you there and prevent Telos from pushing you away. But I'm not sure about this, and again, I'm not experienced enough, but that's probably one thing I'm going to try out next time I do a kill. I'm not saying it's broken, this is how it's been coded, and people have obviously found ways to get around it or deal with it. But even those at 300% plus enrage can still get screwed over by this, and it just doesn't feel right. It feels really clunky to me. So hopefully Jax will find a better way to stop us as players from walking bosses. But yeah, the main issue with it is that when Telos is by the wall and he's maging at the same time, if you stand under him, he doesn't move. So let's say you're on the red beam next to the wall, because he is, you have to step out of the line to attack him, but he doesn't need to step off the line to attack you, the player. And this is wrong in my eyes and can cause insta-fails or can cause fails in phase 3. And of course you can surge away, but at high enrages he will go instantly into the red area, causing the spec. No, I don't think we should be able to walk Telos, but I feel like there should be a better solution to it. So yeah, overall I've got a lot to learn with this boss still, and maybe in a couple of weeks time I'll be like, this is how you counter it. I don't know, but I've got a lot to learn with this boss, a lot to learn, and it does take a lot of time and, well, your bank to learn it. And I will be going through in my next video how much I've lost through this boss so far within the first few days of release. But yeah, you are going to spend a lot of money to get to that next checkpoint, and it's up to you personally whether you feel that's worth it. By the looks of it, it is if you get to the very, very, very high enrages and whether you can get there or not. Until you can count the attacks as well more consistently, it will also cost you quite a lot of money in terms of supplies. You know, when you start counting the attacks, you can get really big reses. The biggest res I've had so far is 9.8k, and that was a magic hit in phase 2 when the damage increases over time, and that was a huge res. It's really satisfying when you get it, but of course if you mess it up, you're dead. So in the next vid, I'll show you my wealth evaluator on Runemetrics and show you how much I've lost with Telos. Thank you for watching and listening to today's video, and let me know what you think to this boss in the comment section. And with that, let me know your progress so far, and I'll see you all in the next one.